Welcome back. Today we have some stages from a recent gas gun match. This stage is pretty interesting. Two positions, 5 hits from one, 3 on another on a moving target. You can see the distance and the speed of the target there. To note, if you guys see this and you were there and you think this stage was run incorrectly, I really appreciate the feedback. I think these match books are not written explicitly and clearly enough, and I think that a little more effort in the match books will really go a long way. Getting back to the stage, see I'm using my Armageddon Gear Game Changer bag that's bolted to the Arca rail. It's a heavy bag, and that just kind of keeps everything simple for me, using these two essentially identical positions on that barricade. I'm doing a 2mm lead on that mover. I'm shooting a 5.56 rifle, 16-inch barrel, 77 grain, pretty standard setup here. And now we jump into the pistol. I think the pistol in these matches is pretty elementary. It's very easy, and it's kind of just like a check in the box. This is pretty close to an action stage. I like having something like this in a match. It gives you an advantage to an LPVO if you have a division for LPVOs. I ran my rifle on 3X. The first target there is about 50 yards, and then we go out to about 130, 150 yards. So I used 3 power just to have a little more confidence in those shots, and this went pretty smoothly overall. So back to matchbooks. This stage was actually thrown out because so many people shot it so differently. I think the matchbook here is a great opportunity to explicitly direct the shooter as to how to run the stage. So you could have said, 5 positions, each one is marked in red paint. You must engage the Caleb target from the standing position, etc., etc. There's a whole lot of ways to do the writing and make this clear. Big issue with this stage for shooters was that deep target at almost 800 yards. Very, very difficult to spot hits, very difficult to see any impact with a 5.56 rifle. So the targetry didn't really match the distance and made it difficult to grade. I would argue a lot of shooters just missed, and that's totally fine. But there were definitely people who were hitting that and not getting the call, and that really hurts the competitive equity of the match. I'm using my Razor 1-10 on 10X. It was on 10X for all but one stage of this match. Very few opportunities for anything less to kind of really shine and be beneficial. Also see I'm using a PMAG 40. I like not worrying about ammo, even though I know I'll get nowhere near to using the whole magazine.
Yeah, I saw it wobble.
Another stage here where you see me using the bolt-on Game Changer bag. For me, all these positions were pretty similar, so I wanted to keep the bag attached, make my life easier moving through all of these different positions. So we got 1 hit on the far target from the bottom, 2 on the close target from the top. And then we see again, there's no total hit count given in the matchbook, so we had to go and ask the squad before us, how did you shoot this? What were the positions, etc., etc. Again, total round count in the matchbook as far as hits, some blue masking tape on the positions. All of this would have saved a lot of confusion. It really made a much smoother match overall. For me, the shooting went well here. I did pretty decent overall. You see me kind of get my rifle in that little position, which I think is great, making people use awkward positions. And I think that I performed pretty well in this stage. As always, guys, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate any questions, comments, feedbacks you have in the comment section. As always, I think that a good AAR of the match itself is valuable, and match directors should do their best to put on an excellent match, run the match well, and then worry about all the sponsorship and prize table stuff secondly. No one likes being at a match for 10 stages and being frustrated the whole day. Again, questions, comments, always welcome. Thanks.